Hi everyone. I just have a thing to do. I'm gonna be right back, but in the meantime, I'm just gonna put my links in the chat so you can check them out if you want to. Just a second. I have to figure out how to do it because Nightbot is not posting the links. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I just have a little thing to do. But hopefully it won't be too long. And when I'm back, we can either do my neon snake or maybe work on the crochet along. Probably gonna work on the crochet along. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna be just a minute. I want a new tattoo. Hi. Um, I'm not quite back yet, but I will be very soon. I just, um, yeah, I went to the bathroom, but I have another thing to do. I just keep forgetting to do it. ADHD, you know how it is. You do one thing in a room, and then you go into another room, and then you go into another room, and yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I'm sorry, you guys. Almost there, guys. Sorry again. Just gonna take the yarn I need to do this and put it here. So it's gonna be using Bernat Premium. I was using loops and threads of Classic, but um, I need it for orders and such as well. So this one was for a whip from Sixel Design from her book. But I don't know if I want to continue making it as large as I thought. I think I'm just gonna end up making a scarf from it. It was gonna be a huge blanket. Um, I think I'm all set to start the live. Actually, just gonna brush my hair again because I have a big knot and it hurts. I'm gonna be right back. Sorry. Okay, I just need to grab the hook because I keep it by the couch usually just so I can work when I have downtime and thing like that. I'm using the Omi hook that Antoinette sent me, and sorry, I'm a little bit out of breath right now. And this is a 5mm hook. It is really pretty. It's all sparkly and colorful, and there's red, yellow, and blue. And I just like it so much that, yeah, using this. Let me just put everything I need on site. Okay, so the color scheme for those is going to be white, black, white, black, white, black, because you have 6 rounds, and the last round is the round of half double crochet. So yes, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I think I'm gonna make 6 of them, but I don't know yet. I'm not quite sure. It's a decision in the making at the moment. So I'm sorry, let me just figure out. There's a knot here. Okay. Need to wipe my nose. Again. Allergy season is all year round for me. I hope everyone is doing well, apart from the financials being shitty. Thank you for the like. But yeah, apart from the financial situation being harsh, I'm doing quite okay. I made fun things. I didn't show you actually. I forgot to block it. I need to block it, but I made the Skinny Puppy logo, and I think it's quite cool. Shared it in the group, and people loved it a lot. So it's good. And I'm gonna make other band logos. And I think I might sew them all together and make a giant blanket or something like that. I think it would look good. Oh no, I think I forgot something important. Oh no, okay, it's there. I thought I had forgotten a chain in a corner, but it's just squished because it's the corner I did the invisible slip stitch on. So yeah, the back is not pretty, but if I do a blanket with this, I might fleece line it to have a nice thick blanket, or put something in the back. And if it becomes something else, like this could be a patch, right? It's quite big. It could be a back patch or something of the sort. I'll figure it out. That's what I'll do. Okay, all right. Let's start with this. I'm so tired right now. My goodness. Anyway, I wanna, yeah, okay. I just wanna relax a little bit because I'm stressed. I made an order a little bit earlier today. Someone contacted me asking if I could make them something yesterday, and I was like, normally I have an order for my commissions. Like if you order soon, obviously you have priority if you order first. Um, unless you need a rush order or something. But since it's the end of the month, and I can get my full payment quicker that way, I thought, okay, I'm just gonna suck it up and prioritize that one. So, yeah. Hopefully that will help with the rent because, yeah, it's not a super big order, but um, it will help, you know? Um, no harm can come from that. So, alright. So I have to make 6 middles again, and that's the most annoying part about granny squares that change colors uh, every row, every round like this, is you have to do the small parts, and there's a lot of weaving in, and you know the drill, but I enjoy making them. It's just the stage I find the most annoying. That's it. There's always something we like a little bit less when we make things, crochet, knit, whatever you do. There's always a part that you're like, meh, a little bit less excited about. Well, for me, that's making the middles of the granny squares. Yeah, but I am excited about this cow because it's gonna be very colorful too. Or I think I could make less of these and more of the other squares. I think it's gonna have to depend how I feel. Do I make all the middles first, or do I just make squares until I think I'm satisfied with the numbers? Because I think, yeah, I think I might do that. Just make a bunch of squares, and after a while I'll be like, okay, and now I have 4 and I'm okay, things like that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, just gonna make sure that the tails are both the same size because I'm gonna weave them in together. That's what I do. I think it works a little bit better for me. Welcome in. We have lurkers today. Hope you're um having a good day. Sorry, I have a lot of brain fog today. I kind of can't think. You were just working on Hooked by Robin's crochet along. Just a nice, relaxing project because I'm fairly anxious right now. And yes, it is important to do my work and to solve the situations that are making me anxious and everything. However, thing I learned in anxiety class, I like to call it that, but it's actually group therapy that I had, is that sometimes you have to reduce the anxiety too because otherwise you're just not gonna function. Yeah, of course, don't put your responsibilities aside, but I'm still working right now. I'm streaming, and you know that's content for later, this blanket. So even if I'm not super mega productive at the moment, I'm still doing something that's benefiting my business. So you gotta get to combine the two, and that's pretty cool, I think. So yeah, the part that I don't like about this middle here is you have to weave in the ends very tight and securely. I like to make a knot and go in the other direction. That's what I do. Just a shot of water. So we have 2 partial skeins of black here. I think this one at the bottom is a little bit more used, so I'm gonna start with it. Just gonna put this one aside from now. For now, I made a hacky sack for someone, so I have a pantyhose thingy hanging out here that I used for it. Just gonna put it here for now so I don't forget that it's there. And I used rice to fill it up. It's very easy to do. You just crochet it around, you make a circle base, and then, like, basically you want to make a sphere. If you want it to have more that classic hacky sack look, you make less rounds around, the part without the increases. The part that makes the sphere, you just make that a little bit shorter, and it will be more flat, squished, and it tends to work well for a hacky. So yes, it was my first time making one, but pretty cool. And I managed to make it the way I think is best. I don't know if the customer will be happy, but I'm crossing fingers. I think the customer will be satisfied. I sent them a photo. I'm just waiting now for them to approve or don't approve the design. It was a very quick project. It took maybe an hour or two. Well, actually more, because I had to design it, but like overall it was rather easy. And like, I filled it with rice, right? It's not super fancy or anything. I'm just gonna have to tell the customer to not wash this in a machine or something. Because you don't want the rice to get wet and swell up. Because that's gonna ruin your hacky. But it isn't a pantyhose, but like in nylon socks. But still, water can get in. It's not perfectly I sewed it up and everything, but it's not perfectly I know the word in French, but I don't remember it in English. I'm so sorry. But I bet some water or humidity could get in there. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell the customer to spot clean only, which it's acrylic yarn, so it should be okay. But just like, don't put the hacky sack in the wash. That's not the best idea anyway, because if one is filled with sand, yeah, that could be messy. It's so cute. I can't show it to you, unfortunately. But yeah, I would if I could. It's a top secret project. That's why. Sorry for being so mysterious. I'm trying to talk about my day, but still being a little bit, you know. Okay. Yeah. And I think the next square she was gonna release was like, oh, the flower. That's right. 2 days from now, she's releasing the flower, which is not one that I'm making. So I guess more time to crochet a little bit more of the normal granny squares. I could do a few of the solids as well, I think. But I still don't know if the last round, and the solid squares will be double or half double crochet. I haven't like stocked the pictures like I did this one to know that. So this one I knew was half double. I could see the difference, but it's a little bit harder to see on a solid square. Just because the picture resolution doesn't really allow you to see the stitches that well, and most people could probably tell, but I have sensory processing issues, which makes it hard for me to tell sometimes, especially if the picture is not good. Like if the stitches are physically in front of me, I can move them around and see. Like it gives my eye an opportunity to look closely and you know look to really look. You know, I think what I'm saying is clear, but the way I'm saying it might not be. I'm so sorry. But yeah, but I figured that I would make black solid squares and not colored solid squares to make it a bit more mine, because the actual blanket is very bright and fun and everything, which is a cool vibe, of course. But yeah, I'm a goth and I make scary stuff sometimes. So it's gonna still be very trippy, colorful, neon as heck, but it's gonna have this little darkness to it that will be very winter. And that's why you all like me. I hope. I hope you do. Otherwise, I don't know why you'd be here, but I don't know. Sometimes people on the internet have weird ideas. There's a page I follow about autism on Facebook, and she's a French Canadian lady in her 40s, almost 50s, and she makes content and everything. And she posted one of the accounts that was regularly messaging her and bullying her and things. And the, the guy's comment was so not pertinent. It was like, my guy, you could have just scrolled. Just why are you making yourself miserable here just to insult someone? You know, trolls. That's how they are. But yeah, people are just weird. That it's not. He was not even being critical of the content or anything, or being like, "Oh, you could have done this thing better" or whatever. No, he was just like, "Your voice is annoying and shitty, and you suck," and that's what he was saying to her. Like, you have no talent, you have no future, blah blah blah. Well, I think that guy doesn't have a future acting like he does. But oh well, what do I know? I'm just an autistic person. Apparently thinks it's okay to bully people because they're autistic. I don't know. And a lady in the comment was like, "Wow, he's so mean. I don't like your voice, but I'm not bullying you over it." And I'm just like, why do you even post that comment in the first place, lady? Just shut the hell up. And she had to brag about the fact that she found a way to tolerate her voice by not watching her video, and she had to leave that in the comment. And the poor page owner, who is so sweet and so people pleasing and never wanting to hurt anyone's feelings, was like, "Oh, I understand. My voice is not so likable. I get it." My dear, she was giving you a fake compliment to make herself feel better. Oh boy. Anyway, I'm just like, people are weird. They always have to incorporate themselves in what they say and do. And like, it's not necessary. It by no means is it, But I guess that's just what the internet has come to today. That's just we have to put up what we have to put up with, I guess, But, oh, I'm a bit exhausted, to tell you the truth, from all of this shit. I think I can confidently swear. I want to swear right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you don't like that, but I swear like a sailor when I'm not on YouTube. I try to not do it as much because of the filters that are in place now that last the whole video and not just because it used to be actual people who reviewed the content, so they would watch you for a few minutes and then after a while you'd be okay. But now they have filters for that stuff, like video and um audio filters. And so if they filter certain words, they could remove, yeah, they could force you to put yourself 18 plus and things like that. They can't remove you for swearing, I don't think, unless it's like hate speech or something. But even then, social media has been known to tolerate hate speech and to let horrible things fly. But to remove the content of marginalized creators, which is true, by the way, I've experienced that and I've seen it happen to so many of my friends. Their stuff gets deleted. Um, like you get suspended for calling someone stupid, but then after that, the person who called you a racist slur stays, and Meta refuses to delete the comment. Like, you report it and they do nothing. They say, oh, it doesn't violate the community standards, blah, blah, blah. But you get removed for calling someone stupid. And this is true, by the way. It really happens. And that's horrible. I know that the creators of Meta are right-winged, but it's no freaking reason to let hate speech be. Just, it shouldn't have its place on social media. Whether it be hate speech from, like, racism, transphobia, and things like that, or even when leftists give death threats to people, that's not okay either, and I'm not for that in any way, shape, or form. I'm a radical leftist, but my kind pisses me off most of the time, because they become little bullies, and they're like, huh, you don't think humans should have rights? Then I'm gonna be super mean to you, I'm gonna give you death threats, and I'm gonna insult your whole family, as if that's okay somehow. No, it's not. You're not better just because you have certain ideals, dear. You're not a better person. You're not more worthy. I know you like to flatter yourself, telling yourself that, but it doesn't make you more worthy to think human beings are important and blah blah blah. It doesn't give you the right to be nasty to other people. I mean, yeah, it is better to think people should have their rights respected and to be respectful of people's identity. It is better, but what I mean by that is it's that it doesn't give you the right to be a nasty person to those who don't think that, to the bigots and things. Just, yeah. Of course, there is a limit to what I'm saying. Like, if someone is being an awful troll, it's okay to show other people how ridiculous their reasoning is. Like, just like catching them red-handed and be like, yeah, you can make them fun of them a little bit, but it doesn't give you the right to send them threats and blah blah blah, all the things that they do to us. Nothing gives you the right to act that way towards them. You're not better than them if you do that. You're just at their level. I'm sorry, but that's true. That's the way it is. The way you treat people says more about you than it says about them. and that will always be a fact, no matter who you are, no matter what you do. Um, I like to live by that. Sometimes I get frustrated and I say mean things to people, but I try not to. I try not to be so harsh as to threaten someone's integrity. No matter who they are. I can point out how stupid their reasoning is. I can tell them they're wrong and send them studies and things like that about gender identity and about chromosomes, which, by the way, there is way more than two different chromosomes. There are tons of them out there, and there's a name for each of them, by the way. I have a graph somewhere, but I don't think I can show that because it's a bit pixelated. But yeah. Hmm. Oh, someone just got engaged. Transcater boyfriend just got engaged. That's awesome. Let's wish him all a very happy time, everyone. That's awesome. Okay, I'm a bit nervous right now. Okay, yeah, but yeah, I was just trying to educate people on online etiquette. Let's continue this. Just we have 3 rounds now. We need 3 more on this one square. Maybe I will make something else after that. I'm not too sure. I don't know if I want to be making granny squares all day. Maybe a few, but I don't know. I'm already tired and I'm halfway through the first one. Well, halfway. A little bit less than that because rounds get bigger, but I'm gonna show you right after this what they look like next to the colorful ones for contrast once I'm done. And I really like the look of having a solid border on these squares. It's been fun. I'm a little bit rebellious. I'm not following the instructions for the color changes. I'm doing invisible slip stitch instead. You know when you cut your yarn and you go around the stitch and back into the previous one. That's what I decided to do. I just think it looks neat. And so I'm not doing this ending double crochet at the beginning of the round because I don't think it matters that much. I don't see it that much, when I just look at the whole thing. A chain isn't really making that much of a difference. Yeah, it looks a little bit different, but personally, I don't care enough to make a standing double crochet or standing. I don't know, the thing where you stack 2 single crochets on top of each other. I don't care enough to do it personally. It's just a personal decision. I know a lot of people use that in their squares, but yeah, I'm just it's more complicated for me to do them because of dysgraphia. It's really hard to hold the knot while I do it, so I just prefer to just chain. That's just what I do personally, and yeah, life. Uh, my forehead is itchy. I like Bernat Premium. It's one of my favorite yarns. This is premium acrylic, but it's also so soft. It's not like super perfect. There are premium acrylics that are better, but it's softer than Bernat Super Value. They're regular value acrylic. It That one's not really soft at all. It's a little bit rough. I don't like it so much, but I use it sometimes when I have to. But the funny thing is, Bernat Premium is actually cheaper in Canada. If you buy it at Walmart, it's like $5.27 Canadian dollars, which is very cheap for yarn. And at Michael's, you can't get Bernat Super Value at Walmart, but it is at Michael's, and it's like six something or almost seven. But it's like $5.27 at Walmart to buy the premium one, so I just get the premium one. They don't have a super huge color choice. They have white, black, yellow, pink, maybe a few others. I don't know exactly. They have the sparkly ones as well, which I like sparkly yarn a lot, but it's not so convenient. You can't really use it in um, like you can't use it in things that you want to wash because it's gonna snap in the it's gonna melt and it's gonna snap in the heat, the dryer. I guess you could wash it in cold water, but then you have to lay flat to dry. I've made a blanket using some of that, and it is on my Etsy. And so in the care instructions, I put don't put this in the dryer, folks. And it's gonna be annoying to dry it flat because it is quite large. It's like 50 by 50 inches, something like that. But I think it's worth it when you have a piece that you really love. It's just the way I personally feel. I think I should make pride items. I don't know. I don't feel like just because June is approaching, I'm feeling a little bit meh about it. It's weird. I think I should write patterns for maybe some of my famous washcloths because I've made goth ones, I've made pagan ones. I could make pride ones, I guess. 2 rounds left. Okay, I'm just gonna sit better, check my phone, just stretch my fingers a little bit, do a few finger exercises. I'm having a little bit of trouble with my thumb because I've been phoning a lot, well, texting and everything and writing things on my phone. There. Oh, I just got a spam comment. It's called Location in the Philippines, and it's telling me to click a link, which I will not click. I don't fancy my account getting hacked. All right. I think I could finish the square. I'm sorry for the lack of dynamic, like like my I'm not very dynamic right now. Brain fog and stress. That's what it is. One, two, three. Okay. Another thing I could do is do the inverted neon squares. You know, where I start with purple center and go towards the red because I've done the opposite. But I don't know if I want too many of them in the whole blanket, so that's why I'm not doing that. I think I will check at the end if I want to do that actually. If I'm missing a lot of squares, because I don't know what size I want to make yet. I think when I have more squares, I'll have a better idea. And I can just make the ones that are missing, just like place them and see. But yeah, I just don't think I want flowers in mine. They're big 3D daisies, and I like daisies. It just doesn't really match my vibe personally. But they're beautiful, by the way. Oh, I know what I could make. I think I'm gonna switch to the snake next. I think that's what I'm gonna do actually when I'm finished with this square. Okay, good. Yeah, I think I figured out what I wanted. Oh, I have a even better idea. The six-soul design that I wanted to turn into a scarf. I could finish it. I don't have a lot of rolls left, and it's with this yarn. So yeah, I think that's what I will do. And also, I think I could sell it when I'm done. It's a beautiful piece of work. So yeah, I'm gonna need to buy that burnout premium pink at some point because it's a very strong bubblegum pink, and I don't have any colors like that. I think I want one making punky, gothy things would be quite white, black, and bubblegum pink. I think it would look amazing actually. It's a color palette that is very punk rock, pop punk kind of more, very 90s, early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. And it would look cute in a granny square blanket too. But there's a lot of stuff you could make that would look awesome. So I think I really need that color. Get a few skeins probably. Right now I'm poor, so not now, but you know, and it's things I would sell anyway, so I get back the money when I do that. Or I could make a coffin purse. I recently I did it in my Etsy shop. The coffin purse I made. If you well, it's not really a purse; it's more a regular bag, but it's pretty cute. But I made that a few months ago, and it's sparkly green, and it's very pretty. It's sparkly green and black, two yarns held together actually, and I quite like it personally. It is acrylic, it's not lined, but it's pretty strong. Just maybe don't put pens and small items in there. It's like it could be used as a shopping bag or a Halloween treat bag if you trick or treat, because usually the sweets you have are not so tiny that it would go through. So I think it would be okay to carry it. So yeah, I'm just thinking of ideas. But if I make it and thinking back, I just think it would be the perfect vibe. Yeah, okay, now I just have to weave in my ends, and the way I do this is I go under the corner here, and I go once, twice, and a third time in the opposite direction always. You go back and forth, and you try to stick it through the previous round. So I'm like sticking it through the black, and it's just gonna make it so it doesn't unravel, because it has to fight all the way through that black layer if it wants to unravel in from under the white too. I don't know if it's very clear, but like just weave it through. You could also felt this if you wanted. It's not really necessary, but it would add a layer of protection. A layer of protection. Ah, my speech sucks. Okay. Ah, we're good. There. One last round before I'm done with this. Gotta hydrate. Hydration reminder, people. Mm. The last round is a solid round, so of half double crochet. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay. And I don't work over it all the way. I prefer to just weave it in the corner as I did with the other ones. I just think it's more secure, and it doesn't show through as much because I have very loose tension. Yeah. When I use tighter tension or a smaller hook, I don't mind then working over tails, but when it's like that, when it's like this, it's very loose. This 5 millimeter hook from Omi is quite thicker than the furls that I'm used to. So it does make it a little bit loose, which is fine. This is a granny square blanket. It doesn't need to be super tight. So I don't mind, and it just makes it so it's going to be bigger anyway, so that's a good thing for a blanket in my opinion, because I'm not checking gauge or anything. I'm just making it the size it will be, and that will be all. So, but yeah, that's just something winter does. I'm struggling to finish this. Very focused. Yeah, when I'm finished with this blanket, it will be in my shop, by the way. I don't think I will be keeping it as beautiful as it will be, because that is going to be a gorgeous piece, and if I sell it, that's great, because financials not going so well. Maybe at some point I will keep it if it never ends up selling. Trying to have a little bit more variety in my items. So I feel like blankets are a good addition to that. I already have my big Halloween blanket that I have in my profile picture. Yeah, I changed my profile picture if you hadn't noticed. But I already put this one in my shop. It's not sold yet, so if you want that, go grab it real quick. That would be amazing, by the way. But yeah, it's just like I know it's not gonna be my biggest seller because it is a big item and an expensive item. I figured some people might like that, and you never know if you don't try. So I'm gonna keep it for a few months in my shop. I figured. I wish Etsy would show me like do you have ratings for your not ratings but like views for your individual listing? I don't think you get that. Maybe through the analytics. I'll check later. I think I'll check that after I'm done with this if I remember to. 'Cause that would be great. I would know what is popular in my shop. So, because asking people is okay, but at some point you don't always want to pester your customer going, hey, what do you like that I do? You're supposed to know that you're a business, you know. So I don't want to pester people, but I do want my shop to do well. So if there's a way for me to do that through Etsy, I don't have to ask people, which is better. It's good to ask tiny little questions like in your story on Instagram and things like that. Maybe make a poll here and there once in a while. That's perfectly fine. It's just you don't want to always be questioning them about everything that goes on in your stuff. You know, makes you seem like you don't really know what you're doing. Well, to be quite honest, I don't particularly know what I'm doing. All right. Might do more horror gaming soon. Not right now because I played a lot of that game and I'm a little bit saturated. The that's not my neighbor game, but it's more fun to play it on stream. I found because then you're having a laugh and you're narrating. That's a fun experience, I think. Okay, going back through. Uh, yeah, going back through the stitches. Okay, and again. Uh, and I'll do another time just to be sure. Sometimes I do three, sometimes I do four, and I always forget how many I've done or things like that. It's not a big deal. It's gonna be a little bit thicker, but don't think anyone will notice unless they are very experienced. And normally, people who buy your crochet items are not really crocheter themselves, or they are and they're just admirers of what you do. But usually, it's the general public who couldn't figure out how to make this if they tried, which is okay. Everyone has different skill levels and things about what they do. What I meant by that though is more like the people who really, really buy your stuff the most. Obviously, they want this, they cannot make it themselves. So, you know, because I wouldn't purchase a granny square blanket, I would make it myself because I enjoy making it. And I have expertise in that because I've made a lot of granny squares. That's more what I mean. I didn't intend this to sound weird. Sorry about that. Okay, so we have this, the white and black. And then we have the colored one. It's a little bit thinner because the yarn is not as thick, but it will work out in the end, I think. It's okay. It will be okay. It's gonna pull it a little bit to shape because it's the edges are not super straight. Yeah. And I think I will join these in the back loop because I've not tried this method yet, and I think I want to do that. So yeah, I'm just gonna add it back to the pile. Okay, I said I wanted to work on the six-cell design thing. Where is it? I don't know where it is. Oh, this. No, it's not there. Uh, oh, I found it. Yes. Oh, and I'm using a 4mm hook for that. Awesome. Okay. I put a little stitch marker with a 4. I think I did the last round of the big thing. See, this could be a scarf. It's long enough. Let me show you. Yes, it's going to be a scarf. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, yeah. By the way, Don bought that book for me. I'm ever so thankful. This is the book. It's Dark and Dramatic Mosaic Crochet by Sixel Design. So, yeah. And she has shawls in there. There's a shawl in there with little stars. Yeah. Might make it someday. It's this one, I think. Pretty sure it is. She has another shawl design in her shop, but the one that's in this book is the one on the cover with the stars here. Okay. There. Oh yeah. I'm feeling this as a scarf. I think it's gonna be wonderful. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Let's remove that. Okay, I have to start with row B. And after that I have 9. No, I have 8 rows to do. Okay. That's not bad. And it's nice because you already have a fringe built in when you do that. I'll just like cut it to the right size. Uh-huh. Okay. Oops. Oops. And oh yeah. I don't know if I will do another section of big chain. Or I could just like do a pink section of big chain and another small section of that. Yeah, I think that'd be great actually. They're a little bit off centered because I miscalculated. I calculated for the first repeat to have a longer like thing, but not for the second motif. Which man, it's no big deal for me. The only person who would notice is Alexis because she wrote the pattern, but I don't think she'd mind. Like it's still the same thing. I just added one more stitch um at the beginning of the pink chains. And this pattern is for a messenger bag, but obviously you can make whatever you want. I have no use for a messenger bag, but I have use for things like scarves and such. But I just think that it's neon pink with the white looks amazing. At first I was like, yeah, maybe I should have done red because she has a red sweater that she made with this pattern and it's amazing. I could have used silver for the chain, like shiny yarn. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I think it will be okay if I just add um the last chain round, row, not round. Oh, Whew. I just think that will be one less whip to worry about too, and then I can just put that out of my mind. I've not actually read the book. I've jumped right to the charts. The only part that I read was like how to do the anchor stitch at the beginning because I hadn't done that before. Because usually I used to do mosaic in a round like mosaic squares which is a different game because you don't have to cut every round. You can just go and use the same color, especially if you have color changing yarn. That will look super good. So. This is like 200 stitches wide, I think. So, if there is anyone coming in, let me know what you are up to. Have you ever made mosaic crochet? Starting to enjoy it so much that I don't know why I don't make more. Ugh. Ugh. Stuck. I'm stuck. Ah. Yeah, this yarn is a little bit splitty sometimes. And I've not worked in with the resin hooks in a little while. The smaller one, especially the 4 millimeters. So it's getting caught a little bit, which is okay. I think it's especially that black that seems to be splitting. I don't think I've had that much problem with the other colors. Oops. Ah, never mind. It just happened with the white also. And this is one that I wouldn't double for the backside because I don't mind it looking like this. And I think if someone doesn't like it, they can just not buy the scarf, wear the scarf, make the scarf. Because, yeah, like I said, this is intended to be a messenger bag and a sweater and things like that. That's what she's made with it. Yeah, I just think I particularly have no shame with the back of things because I cross stitch too, and I don't mind so much. Sometimes when I make something fancy, I will like um do it in a way that the back doesn't show any threads skipping or whatever. If I jump to a section, I will just start a new strand, you know. So yeah, this is just pretty much what I do. But I like overlay, and I like the way the back looks. It's never been a problem for me. I know some people don't. I know some people prefer it to be seamless and to look the same way on both sides. Yeah, I think it would be too thick even if I doubled this or made a panel for the back or something. I don't think it would be good in this case particularly. But yeah, that I think I'm satisfied with my choice of making this a scarf. It's gonna be a very nice blanket, but I'm just bored with making it that big because it's not like it's a fun, varied pattern. It's just you repeat it a bunch of times, and I made it so long that it's very time consuming, you know. So yeah, it's just that. It's not a problem with the pattern itself. It's just what I did with it. I just don't want to repeat it the whole time. Okay, my customer just saw what I made for them and seems happy with it, so I'm happy. That's good. If you come in and I'm not saying anything or whatever, it's just because right now we don't have any viewers. But if you say hello and chat, please feel free to. Please feel welcome to do it. I am gonna talk to you, of course. But yeah, it's just a case of me not being in an interactive pattern right now since I am not doing anything. You know, I had plans to like use different colors on this and switch from white to a different neon every time. But I think it will be better this way. And this whip is quite voluminous. It was taking only the back part of a drawer, but also it would have gotten so big. So at the same time, I'm a little bit relieved that this is not going to be another huge whip taking space, but just a small scarf. It's so thick too, this yarn. It's like floofy, you know. So it works well for mosaic. Oh, I'm almost done with this row. It's almost done. And I really like Sixel Designs patterns because she explains the special stitches so well. Like if you got a little check mark thing, it's just that you skip, you do your double, and then you do your single crochet. So it's very easy to follow, and I like that. Instead of having like super long abbreviations for them, just has an explanation that says do this and do that and you're good. And it's not complicated. I don't even need super big uh, picture tutorials to understand. I just read, oh, okay, I just go to the next stitch and I do this. So I like Sixel Designs patterns for that reason. Everything is explained super well in the book as well. And also, she made the effort of having a variety of items, not just show the pattern and say, okay, just make the pattern. You know, she has a bag, she has shawl, uh, you know, coasters, cushions, wall hangings, all sorts of fun stuff. Even a little cozy thing. So yeah, satisfied. I love this book. A drink cozy thing. You know what I mean? The beer can thing or the just like that. Yeah. Okay, and I cut here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Mm. Yeah, I think it's a good length for a scarf. I think it's maybe a little short, mm, but also not that short. Yeah, I think it's good. Okay. It's so flashy too. Look at that. I'm gonna be right back. Yep, sitting back down. Okay. Woo! Alright. Sorry, you can see my knees. That's quite um spicy. Knees showing. Come on, please. There you go. Okay, the towel keeps being the wrong way around. It keeps having the rough end up, which I cannot buff my hook with. So, because it damages the hook, I have to wipe it every time I use it. It gets sticky because I have hyperhidrosis, and this is resin, so it melts. So yeah, I have to wipe it off frequently because of that. Okay. Okay, so I do that every 5 stitches. This is a very fun, easy, repetitive pattern. So it's okay short term for me. And I think for the last row, I will cover it differently because it's making a little bit of like it's folding on itself right now. So if you get that book and if you do that pattern just now, the last row doesn't stay straight because she has you do a double crochet over all the stuff, and like I'm not gonna tell you the pattern and everything, but it's just that there's no anchor point anywhere, so it writes like it folds on itself. I was gonna say right up, but like that's the term for your um, garments when you wear them. So I figured I can just do the last row differently, and that will work. Oh, my customer is. Yeah, my customer was worried about shipping costs, but the thing they ordered is like under 100. Well, it's around 100 grams, so for me it's not a problem. But yeah, it's gonna be really cheap to ship too, because I have a business discount. Sure, that's good. Oops, I just hooked my yarn. I always explain to people that order from me that it's not going to be more costly to ship just because they are in the US, because we get charged basically the rate of USPS for you guys. But if you send something here, you're going to get charged the rate of Canada Post, and you're going to pay a lot. Yeah, shipping is wildly expensive in Canada. We are not doing a so good job of managing that. And only reason I still use Canada Post is because some places are cheaper. Is just because I'm disabled and I have better access. Like the postal, the place is like down the street. It's not even 5 minutes walk away, and because calling them to go get our packages is quite expensive. It's like $4 to have them come to your house and get the packages, and that's the same for every brand, and I can't afford that. That's a lot. And people would say, yeah, but what you save in shipping you can invest in getting them to come to your house. But then I don't pay less money, the customer does. And I get that's cool. But yeah, it's just that as a disabled person, it's kind of tricky to do it that way for me. It's so much more easier to just get all my things ready and to go to the post office. It's just there, you know. It's just there ready. Okay. Happy to be working on something I've not touched in a long time, to be honest with you. What time is it? It's almost. Oh, it is 4. It's 4:28. Oh, Yeah, people are never people from the US never understand why it's so much more expensive to ship here than it is for me to ship to them. So yeah, I've explained it a lot already, so I'm not gonna do it again. But yeah. I'm sorry for the huge blank thinky right now. Oh, and I have this much left before this row is complete. Let me take a little break here. Ah, ah. Mm. My fingers are freezing too. I was looking at something from Premiere. They're trying to regain their customers' trust, and they're posting some memes and things for that. And there was like me and my cat using my whip as a bed. It's gone off the page, so I can show it now, but that's cute. Oh yeah, by the way, Bill Mosley was going to do a convention like always and things like that, and I think that's when it happened. But he got hit by a bicycle. Don't worry, he's fine. He just got out of the hospital. But the guy who hit him in an alley, by the way, of all places, just up and left, hopped back on his bike and left the scene without checking. That sucks. Bill Mosley is amazing, by the way, and that sucks that people do such things. I'll be right back. It's starting to get a little darker here, so I'm just gonna have to turn on more lights. More lights. Yeah. So, this is just to say that people suck. And just when you thought they couldn't suck anymore, they always surprise you. Like, it doesn't even matter that it's an actor, it matters that this person just hit a person on their bike and they just up and left. And I get hit by bikes once in a while, and like I've been fortunate to not be injured or anything. He got a few broken bones from the collision, but they've never stopped to see if I was okay. They just continued their course. None of the bikes that hit me ever stopped. They all did that. And in the articles, they were calling that a hit and run, like with a car. And people were laughing at that, but it's serious, guys. He got broken bones from that. Bill Mosley is a little bit of an older man, obviously, and if I fall because someone crashes into me, I'm probably gonna break bones too. But if I fall down, I'm not gonna be into a million pieces. He's not. Fortunately, he's got kind of okay. He just needs to heal up, and he just got out of the hospital. But at his age, bones don't set as well, and things like that. And the person didn't even think to stop and check. That breaks my heart. Like, that's awful how human beings are so centered around just everything that affects them personally and no one else. And whoever it is who did this, if you're out there, I don't think you will see this, but if you do, just know you suck. And you should be made to think about the consequences of what you did, because it is not good. It's not good, my guy. You should not. Yeah, you should not have a bicycle if you can't even. Yeah. Like, I don't think the guy did that on purpose, seeing that it was Bill Moseley. He was probably going too fast to tell from distance. People on bikes like that, they don't even look at who you are. They just don't care enough to slow down, and especially in alleys and things like that where you can't really deviate from your course. They don't care to slow down enough so that they can stop if they encounter someone or something happens. And it's a plague out there. There's a bicycle track near where I live. Like, it's two streets down there, parallel to mine. And they all take the street right next to it. They all use the street next to it. The the cycling road, or whatever you call that, I don't remember right now, I'm sorry. But it is just next to it, and everyone uses the street with that one. I've seen like 3 bikes on the actual cycling road. Well, more than 3, but most people just go and use the next street up. And they use the sidewalk because there's cars. Stupid people. The way you do that is, if you need to go to a store that is on a street that doesn't have a cycling road, you use the street with the cycling road, and once you're at the level of the store on the other street, you stop and you turn. Magic! Woof! You did that and you just didn't hurt anyone. Wow, what a concept, right? I'm sorry, it pisses me off because people don't care and they'll hurt you and they'll be like, oh, oops, sorry, my bad, and they'll be on their way. They won't even worry about you. Just know, my guy, you just sent a man in the hospital, and he was not able to attend the conventions he was going to be at because of you. And a ton of fans were disappointed. And also, you hurt a person. So, I'm sorry being hateful right now. Just mad. It sucks. Bill Moseley is made of rock, though. That man is already out of the hospital and seems to be in good spirits somehow. From what he was saying in the comments, he was in very good spirits. That's crazy. I'd be crying my eyes out. And I'm crying at the injustice of it all. Because that's how I process pain. I'm not just more of a wuss, I'm just built differently. We're just built differently. Because I process much higher levels of pain. It's an autism thing. It doesn't happen for everyone. Some people have hyposensitivity, but I got the big, intense ones. So you guys just send love to Bill Moseley and his wife. Just send a little prayer for quick healing. Good vibes and love to him, really. Because goodness, if you get hit by a bike, that fucking sucks. I'm sorry for swearing. There's no more way I can put this. I have 2 rows down. Done, not down. Eh. Okay, this is the one where I have to do the skips. So I make sure I do that. The right one. Oh yeah. Okay. I think I got it. Oh. Let's just anchor this annoying stitch. There we go. I got it. There we go. Oh no, I did it wrong. Whoopsie. It's just that the pattern I'm testing for has 2 anchor stitches instead of 1. And this one has only 1, and like I keep making 2 and being like, oh, whoa, this one doesn't. I think I will finish this off camera. It's almost 5, so I will leave soon. I'm sorry, I'm just so absorbed. It's addictive doing the little angled stitches, that's why. and I keep like wanting to stop, but then making another one. Oh, I can just make another one, right? Oh, I can just make another one. So my expectations is that I can finish this today. Then I'll have to take a finger break because my fingers are breaking. I love saying that. Um, but all right, I'm about to sign off, folks. Thank you for joining. Thank you for lurking. Again, short for rent, struggling with money. I also have a lot of bills. So if you want to help out, my links are in the chat and in the description below as well. You can check out my Etsy store and you can check out my Ko-fi as well. I would really appreciate that. I'm missing a little bit of money, so I would really appreciate that so much. I also have yarns that I'm destashing. You can look at my community tab, and you can check out my Instagram. I have a highlight with more of them because you get only a 5 picture limit on community tab. So yeah, I got all of that there. So thank you. Check that out and please share my community tab. That would really help me out reach people who might be interested in those yarns that I really need to sell. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you have an amazing day. I hope you're doing well, and we'll see each other soon. Bye.